on the car from other YouTubers, but let's just get down to business. Today we are reviewing the new Ocelot Jackal, a new Jaguar. It is a 2019 XE. Damn it, I can't quite remember the whole model. It's actually a pretty long model. It's a Project 7. So let's get straight down to the facts of the vehicle. It's a pretty fun car to drive to start off with. I've been borrowing one of my friends, but because he's not online at the moment. Yeah. I just went and got my own, so that's actually get stuck straight into it. Where's a car park to actually pull up in so we can actually take a quick look of the interior. We'll be doing it in first person, so okay, this car does not have like one of the best looking high caliber engines, may I say, unlike some of the other cars that has recently came out, but the interior, no more or less, is actually pretty damn detailed. From the two pedals of the automatic that it is, as it is a 7-speed automatic. The car in real life is a supercharged V8 from Jaguar. As you can see right here, they don't have the best quality of looking engine, but no, still pretty good looking engine, more or less. I really wish I could test it against some other vehicles, but I don't really have any friends with me that is actually able to help me, so we're not going to be really doing much of the tests. Go look at Problem Gaming and all that if you want to see some of the tests. Apart from when it comes to the Prior, of course, this thing has actually been pretty close of beating the Prior, but more or less it lacks a bit in beating the Prior. So if you want a good all-around car, definitely get this. Going over to Legendary, that's if you are willing to spend 1.225 million on the car, which is right here. Newest, yes. Is it fun? I'll be doing a rating system if you want me to do that as well. I do rate it a 9 out of 10 for when it comes to fun, because this thing goes around corners basically like a freaking goddamn... Well, this thing can go around a corner gently if it wants to, or if you want to let that arse end out, hell, just tap that e-brake and watch the thing freaking slide out. Yep, I am still trying to get to the term hang of actually trying to do it. But I do have a candy red on the car as well. And I wish we were going to be getting another Benny's car. Hell, I'll be literally paying to have another Benny's car in the game. Our ones are actually currently quite boring. But yeah, as well as our new podium car is the Devesti 8. So if you've been wanting to get the Devesti 8 for a while, but you know, never had the money, I've had it a couple of times, as you may have seen. It's a hell of a good car, so that one's a pretty good thing to look forward to as well. That's if you win. I'm still trying to win it. To be really honest, from Australians' point of view, the front of this car actually more reminds me of the 2019 Holden Commodore CV out of anything. It just has that front end that says, hi, I'm a Holden, but then the back end's like, hi, I'm a Jaguar, and the engine's like, I am definitely a Jaguar. This is actually listed under sports. In real life, this is an actual sports car, so that's actually good work there, Rockstar. But sadly, some of your supercars might want to get boosted up to hyper, which those are all hyper expensive. This thing, I do see its value in it, as I'll be showing you some of the upgrades that you can actually get on it. Like for example, okay, so there's your stock standard bumper you can get. You'll get stock standard. You can have the extended splitter, racing splitter, or you could have the exposed intercooler like what I've got on it. The bumpers are pretty straightforward, stock. Then there's the recarbon lip with canards. Then there's the lip, which is what I got, just to give it that bit more of a Jaguar feel. Exhausts, just pretty much two different custom exhausts, which is the tin can exhaust, which doesn't really have that sporty race feel compared to the dual twin exhausts. Don't really need that. The actual arches themselves, if you want to have a different diverse colored car, you can have, like, for example, stock fenders. That's just primary color. Secondary color, which is what I've got on mine.
Okay, what happened?
Oh, you've just came in during a live stream. Now there is the carbon arches as well on the car. The grille, which is what I got on mine. There's your stock standard grille. There's your painted grille. Then there's a split grille, which gives it that more of a Holden Commodore feel. Can't be more worse than the big spoke. If you really love your Mercs, but you know, rather a Jaguar sound over it, for some reason. There's your stock hood. You've got your painted stock hood, which, what the hell's the difference? If you go for that, you're actually pretty stupid. Sorry, but some people actually do go for that. It's actually pretty funny. Oh, I see. That's probably the secondary. Okay. Then you have the sleek vented. Then you have the sleek carbon. Then you do have the double vented, triple intake, drift intake, and then a painted drift intake, which is what I got on mine. Lights are self-explanatory. Liveries, you can have it as like clean. You can have the stripes like what I got on mine. You can have the occipital stripe. You know, however you fucking pronounce it. Occipital stripe. The Terrell two-tone. The Redwoods livery, if you're really into racing. Jackie Lager. Fiukaru. Okay, I don't know why you would have anything to do with Princess Bubblegum on your car, but if you're into that show, you could have that on it as well. Then there's a spunk, pretty much, well, the essence of life spunk. Then there's the atomic tires, and then there is the prolapse, and that's it for your liveries. Roof, you've only got two options there. You can go for a carbon roof or stock standard. Skirts, pretty customizable there. You've got your stock standards, you've got your secondary, you've got your carbon, and then you got your carbon lip, and then you got your secondary. Spoiler, actually this is actually rather pretty cool. You've got your stock standard, you've got your low level, secondary low level. You've got your street wing, secondary street wing, race wing, secondary race, GT, which is what I've got on mine. Then you got your carbon, then you got your drift wing, and then you got your carbon drift. Suspension actually does, I've noticed it's actually pretty cool there. You do see a bit of camber on your car. This thing does go around the corner like an animal. Yeah, that's your modifications right there. So she's got some pretty decent modifications for this car. Well, the test that I can really do is on how fun you can actually go around corners and all that with. Well, how fast you can go around corners and how fun they are. Takeoff, is actually rather quick. Reason why I've taken off slow just then, I'm having a bit of a controller issue yet again, so at times it might take off a bit terribly, at times it's just gonna launch. But now let's go to the airstrip, and that's because we've got some pretty fun corners on the airstrip, I gotta admit. This thing is a pretty freaking hell of a fun car when you want to get sideways and what car you want to get, and you've got a couple of millions. Like, I've got a couple of mil. What car do I want to get that can drift? And then this thing pops straight to my mind as soon as I first driven it. I have driven it yesterday. This thing is a hell of a fun car to drive. Hell, if this car was in real life and Jeremy Clarkson's touched it, which I think he has actually driven it, and I'm pretty sure he's actually enjoyed it, so yeah, I'm going off a bit topic there, but hell, this thing You can have your, you can literally have the arse hand hanging out all day if you really want to. If you're one of those real drift boys or drifting type of people and say, ugh, my current car is boring, and literally it's the Futo. Like, honestly, I got to admit the Futo is pretty awesome at drifting, but this thing, hell, I be seeing this. I am expecting to see this at a lot of drift meets, like in role plays, out of role plays, actual proper car shows, car meets, drift meets. This thing's just a good all-around car, I've got to say myself. If you're one of those real serious role players who's like, I gotta follow the law, but at the same time I want to look nice while following the law, I will definitely get one of these. And then when you have those bit of open plains where there's no cops, there's no laws, get a bit tail happy. Come on. Rockstar yet again has pretty much nailed this car on the head for me, I've got to say. It's competitive more or less. This car is pretty damn competitive. It's fun to drive. It's a hell of a good looking car. Those fenders I'm actually digging because you don't get much cars in Rockstar that actually come stock standard with the wide fenders. The wide body, so it's, and then that's where you can just say, hey, yeah, I got my car built up by, let's say, Rocket Bunny or someone like that. Keep up the good work, Rockstar. You're actually listening to us car guys when we say, can you please make more wide body cars stock standard? So, they went and got the 2019 XE Project 7. I think that it's, I'm pretty sure that's its full name. If you do know the complete full name, let me know. I will be, it's that, or I will be putting it down in the comment section later on the actual full name of the car. But more or less, yeah, this is pretty much just another review on a car. I am sorry about I couldn't do it yesterday. Yeah, pretty tight on cash. As well as public session type of car. I'm not really too sure on that, but if you're like me who has friends and just want to go into a private session and just go, hey guys, you want to drive my new car and all that, and they don't have it and they want to drive it, it's like, hell yeah. Like, yeah, it's not really a showboaty type of car either, which unlike the Devesti 8s and all that, those things are completely showboat. This is like, this is basically a stealth. It's like, hi, I'm expensive, but unlike the others, I don't really show my expense in, well, my price tag. People may say I don't worth my money. Hello. Yeah, people say that this, some people have told me this car's not worth its money. I say to differ, that this thing is a pretty fun car. Hell, it does give me a glimpse of a bit of a Holden over here in Australia as well at the front, which, gotta say myself, is a bloody, I'm not saying a mean looking front, it's a beautiful looking car. It's a damn right fast car. Launch is pretty freaking insane. So the launch is insane, the acceleration is just crazy, but at the same time, if you're not into that, if you're into more of the drift scene, as you can see, I'm not the best of drifting. That's why I don't really do how to do drifting videos of GTA. I'm not the best at that. I try my hardest and all that, yeah, but this car is actually rather entertaining to drive. Hell, we've been waiting for a new Jaguar for quite a while, and the new one, I gotta say myself, it is a freaking solid hell yeah any day over, sorry to say over. You know, it's pretty damn awesome, this car. Out of this, or seriously some of the older Jaguars, like, you know, the other Ocelots, I would definitely rather take this one. This is rather fun, highly entertaining, and hell, this thing takes a corner, freaking hell, like, even Ken Block's car It takes a corner like a Ken Block car. Like, you know, like how Ken Block does it at times where it's like, okay, I want you to go sensibly around. It's like, it's civilized. It's a civilized drift car, which it's good for all around. It's better at drifting than the Drift Tampa. Now, that thing is just terrible at drifting. Like, this car, it makes drifting look easy, and yet I'm not even trying. No, I do also have a CAD. I'm still not trying, like, not a CAD. I've got a Discord, but it's for role players. If you're interested in role players on PS4, I will. The link is in some of my other older videos. Down in the comment section. Sadly, I can't really put it in the description. Okay. Damn controller again. Well, it's not really a controller. The car can do that. Like, you see, and then the car can take off like a civilized car. And if you don't want it to take off civilized, if you want to take off like an absolute maniac, just rev it up a little bit, and then the thing will seriously just launch off the bloody start line. I did kind of have to get rid of a couple of cars for it though, but yeah, they're the past, they're the past. This car is seriously by far the most fun car I've actually driven in GTA. I literally thought when I first ever drove the Futo on PS3, nothing could actually top its entertainment levels. But this thing, I think it's just outdone the goddamn... It's just outdone. The Futo is more of a, hi, I'm a crazy idiot car. This is like, hi, I've got money. I know where to spend my money. But at the same time, I'm not an idiot. The V8, yeah, it's an awesome car. I gotta admit, I've had it twice, I think. On account. But this is seriously by far... This car is just freaking awesome. Yep, finally I got a damn Jaguar yet again. Taking me how long to get a Jag? Apart from the old PS3 ones, Xbox 360, which I used to troll people with. Yeah. Damn, this thing is just... Damn, that engine is... That is literally the thing that makes this car go, hey, I'm not just here for fun, you know, I'm also here for business. Way too freaking long. Seriously, the last Jaguar in GTA I had was 2013, I think it was. Before I even thought of becoming a YouTuber, so, yeah. I tried to help out with the review on it. Yeah, that seriously got the worst review rating in the GTA history, them things. The Demon, hey, that was a damn right alright car I had. I did have the Demon. Yeah, it was one of the cars it helped me get this. Yeah, I've got to, if I want to get it again, I'll just save up for it. That is so true. Yeah, the cars I sacrificed. Sadly, I sacrificed my Night Shark, but hey, this car is damn right beast. I sacrificed my old. I sacrificed my Burnout car, which was the 1970 Challenger, but I never used that thing. Then there was the 2018 Demon yet again. I've not really used it. And the Night Shark I was starting to push myself away from. I do have friends that has those cars if I do ever want to drive around in them, but hey, this car is actually pretty fun. I got myself up to 1.8 deliberately. Hey, basically still got 300 grand at the end of it. Gotta say myself, the customizations were pretty cheap on the car, but you can't go wrong with the sound under that hood. Rockstar, you nailed the sound of this car. I can't freaking believe Out of this, and seriously, the four-wheel drive of mine, which is the 1985 Patrol. Rip Night Shark indeed. Out of the 85, out of this and the 85 Patrol, this actually does sound like the actual real-life car. It sort of looks like it too. It's very similar, but seriously, that fucking front end, without the, if didn't have the Jaguar badge, how a lot of us Aussies would have mistaken this car for the frickin' CV Commodore. I'm being serious. When I first looked at it on the website, I didn't really look at the name. I was like, is this based off the CV Commodore? Then I looked, and it said Ocelot, and I was like, wait a minute. That's a Jaguar. Yay, finally a new freaking Jag. With the subs, I will try to help you out to get a car. Like, I do owe one of my friends a car anyway. Like, sadly the give a car a friend glitch has been patched. The one that I have been abusing a lot lately, just for freaking hell, good cars. And I'm pretty sure I even got this one almost close to my friend's one, apart from the paint job. I'm pretty sure it's almost dead on, apart from that paint job, which... Damn, I'm really digging that candy freaking red. That candy red is just setting the tone for this car. Like, honestly. Hear this car come up the road, you'll just think it's a freaking muscle car. It's like, that no sense. Like, okay, that ain't no muscle car, but damn, that was the one beautiful ass Jag that went past. For 1.22 million, I gotta admit, hell, it's expensive. If you got the money, definitely freaking buy it. May not be faster than the Prior, but hell, in my personal opinion, it is a much more beautiful car and a better sounding than the Prior. I've heard the Prior kick in a fair few times and I was like, my ears are now bleeding. It doesn't sound like it should. It doesn't sound like a Porsche the Prior. And it is based off the Piranha. Or Piranha. Damn it, I can barely pronounce that. I think yeah, it's a Porsche Piranha. I think. That's how you say it. That's the one that I completely screw up on. But, well, at least now my freaking car collection's coming together. I did get another new car today, but it's not one of the newest of the newest, so I'm not really going to do a review on that. But yet again, it's another hell of a good car. I don't know. At the same time, you got a good point there. It also does remind you of the Kuruma a bit. Seriously, in the front, it just freaking... That one front panel, the whole freaking front end without the hood, even with the hood, the freaking windshield, that whole front end just reminds me of the 2018-2019 Holden Commodore CV, which was made over in Germany. Somehow Rockstar gave us a little... Is that a Rockstar Easter egg for us Aussies that the Americans can't pick out yet? Sorry Americans, but if you don't know your Aussie cars, you might want to get to know them, especially the new Holden Commodore, which is terrible. I am using a new controller as well, so... If it looks like I'm being a bit sluggish, that's probably just the controller, trying to get used to it. This is just a temporary until a week time, where I will be most certainly getting a better controller, but apart from that, that's just... Damn, like... Hell, even the interior is just screaming Jaguar. Thing screams Jaguar, but the front just screams Holden Commodore. It's a confused artwork. It's, you know, like those real colourful, confusing ones on what the hell is it supposed to be, a human or a duck type of ones. This car's like, am I a Holden or am I a Jaguar? I feel like I'm supposed to be a Jaguar, but at the front people call me a Holden Commodore. It's the poor car is confused, but at the same time, it's like I know I'm supposed to be fast, loud, and sensible and stupid at the same time. Oh, these things can, those that this can drive sanely when it wants to, and it can drive basically like when Trevor's completely pissed off when it wants to. The Kuruma. You did spell Kuruma correctly, or you could just say 2013 Evo 8. Well, Evo 10, my bad. Evo 8, fucking that's earlier on. Jesus. Bloody hell, they've made too much Evos. Hell, you don't even have to try to drift this thing. That's how easy it is. It's just like, hi, I want to make you look like a professional drifter. And then it's like, okay, teach me. And the car's like, okay, step one, put your freaking goddamn foot down, you number, you dumbass. You can't drift if you're doing 2 k's an hour, or 4 miles an hour, or whatever the hell you're doing. Ow, that was not part of the plan, but... Wow. NPC, you think you're cool. SUV be this. Yeah, everyone knows that this is much more freaking better. Now where's my sheds? I need to ditch a car out of it. One of my cars I'm not really keen on anymore on being in my shed. Because this is gonna replace it. Because I don't want to drive all the way over to my goddamn arena just for my car. Oh, that engine. I wish this was a 20 car garage, in fact, over here. Like, whoever's bought this garage... Okay, whoever's bought this garage like me, I reckon you would also agree that this should be a bit more bigger for its price tag, like... Come on. It should be way more bigger for its price tag. 10 cars for over 900,000. I actually do find that pretty ridiculous. Maybe 100,000, maybe for the garage, but 900k. Yeah, it's kind of overpricing something that shouldn't be overpriced. I am still trying to figure out on something to do with this thing. I'm not too sure if I should sell it or not. Which I can't sell at the moment. Rip until tomorrow. That's the other new car I got, as like I said. Yeah, not really much to talk about with this one. It's already been talked about like 20 billion odd times. And that is so true. When you did get yours, I was just like, hand me the freaking car. Seriously, even my character has been like, damn, I've finally achieved my lifelong goal. A Jag. Oh crap, that's a doomsday scenario. I really wish I had people to help me out with that. Okey dokey. Okay. One car I'm not getting, but well, I'm not getting rid of it. Some of these cars weren't my really choice of design. I just thought of them for my character, for role players. Yeah, only reason why I'm not doing the role players and all that, it's kind of very awkward to even do without camera. Never mind with a camera actually on it. Ooh, that is just so goddamn nice to hear. Damn it, I just love that sound. Ooh, that just sounds so fucking nice. You guys, if you want me to just do, like... Okay, hang on. Okay, so I'm supposedly a motherfucker, but yet, unlike you, I've got a good gun. The fuck? There's like... Okay, that is confusing. I literally shot a person in sight of the cops, and they sit there drinking their coffees. Okay, that is actually funny. In real life, the cop would actually come out and try to shoot you. Rockstar logic. The only reason why you maxed the new car before me is simply you had the money before me, dude. And you know this. Damn, this thing's still screaming. It's screaming, I'm a Holden Jaguar. More Jaguar than Holden, but I'm still screaming, I'm a Holden. The front is just screaming, I'm a Holden. Everything else is like, shut up, you're not a Holden, you're a fucking Jaguar. Including the engine. It's like, not Holden. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. The car is... Yep, the car is just saying, I'm a Holden, but I'm a Jaguar. What am I? It's like that confused kid up the road from your house. It's like, hi, I don't know what gender I am. Sorry to make fun of people who is like that, who don't know what they sexually are, but, you know, it's, the car is like that, but in the car form. It's like, I'm a Holden. No, I'm a Jaguar. No, I'm a Holden. No, I'm a Jaguar. What the fuck am I? Am I a very first ever V8 CV Commodore? No, I'm a Jaguar. I'm the new Project 7. Hello?
You still